Hello there and welcome to another video here with Fly the Noob. Today we are going to be flying the A320 on a VOR DME approach into Princess Juliana Airport. Alright, so that's what we're doing today. We're going to be flying into Princess Juliana and we're going to do that using a VOR DME approach. This is just like a demonstration flight, sort of like a tutorial for how to perform a VOR DME from a flight simmer's point of view. Now, once again, as usual with all my tutorials, this is just meant as a bare bones guide, right? It is a flight simmer's bare bones guide to how to perform a VOR DME in Microsoft Flight Simulator with the A320. So for today's exercise, I will be using the, you know what, let me jump in here. So there we are. The simulator is paused at the moment. As you can see, we are paused at the moment. We are going through our descent near our airport. I've got the chart pulled up for today's approach into Princess Juliana. Now, I do not have an arrival procedure tuned in. So that is why our aircraft is showing up right here. We're going to use the VOR Z 10Z approach to fly into runway 10 into Princess Juliana at San Martin, I believe. Okay, so here we are currently. Now ideally would come in like this or something like that, but for today we are flying currently directly towards Uluba, where we have an altitude restriction. We're supposed to be at 1600, sorry, and where we are 10 nautical miles away from the VOR of PJM. The VOR PJM is right here. 113.0 is its frequency there, PJM, and it's slightly off to the right hand side of the runway we are planning to land into today. We can see that from the chart. Again, this is the default chart that you can access in Microsoft Flight Sim. It's available to everybody there. All right, so we got 113.0 as our frequency. Let's come to our FMC really quickly, ignore all of that messages. And we've got PJM on VOR1 and our frequency is 113.00. Today's final course towards the VOR is 096. Okay, we've got that here, but if we take a look at our course from Uluba, we've got the charted at 096 degree. All right, so, and from Deber we got 096 degree. Great, so that is all showing up correctly here. In addition to that, if we take a look at this right here, we have 2.98 degree. Here on our FMC it says -3. That is close enough to that. So there is our rough glide path, or the angle we need to maintain as we descend. So about -3 degrees right there. Another thing to note, Deber again is at 1600, which is a waypoint right here at 1600. From there we start descending at that -3 degree glide path right there towards the VOR. Deber is 4.9 nautical miles away from PJM. All right, the distance is 4.9, and at that particular point we are supposed to be at 1600 feet. Deber at 1600 feet. Great. When we are 4 nautical miles away from the said VOR of PJM, we're supposed to be at 1330 feet. At 3 nautical miles, we're supposed to be at 1010 feet. So these are altitudes for us to just monitor and make sure that we are descending in an acceptable manner. That's literally what this is there for. You can see a visualization right here. 1600 feet all the way to Deber. So from Uluba to Deber, we're holding 1600 feet. And then at Deber, we are expected to descend there. Somewhere there is our MDA at D2. Okay, that is our MDA. And then there you go. It's that simple right there. All right. So for today's MDA, I have decided to use 700, which is a little lower than what you would be at right here, I believe. So yeah, it doesn't really matter much. if we have clear weather and we have visual of the runway. Otherwise, you need to set this up with the particular altitudes prescribed to you in the chart. But for today, I think 700 is okay for us. Hopefully it will be. Alrighty. Okay, given all of that, let's go ahead, continue this particular approach here, or rather our arrival at the moment. We don't have an arrival programmed in, so we're just going to continue on towards Uluba first, and then we're going to pick it up from there. So unpause the simulator right there. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at what we look like. 250 knots, 5,800. We are descending. That is good. All right, we don't look too bad at the moment. Okay. Yep, we don't look too bad at the moment. All right. So we've passed through our transition altitude. Let's go ahead and do that. Set local pressure there. That is 1013 for today, so that's fine. And we are going to continue our approach towards Uluba right here. That is what's happening here. Let's reduce the range there so we have better visibility. Look at that. There it is. Okay, and there's our runway. Good. Now, we've got everything that we need here set up. There we go. 113.0096. That's good enough, right? If we come to here, we've got our approach, everything set up here, all the destination data set up right here. Okay, so we'll activate this momentarily. We are above our glide path. We're coming in too high at the moment, aren't we? Yeah, we're coming in way too high at Uluba, but that's okay. We're going to put down our ground spoilers. Hopefully that will help us come down. Look at that. So I'm coming in high, and we can see that our VDEV or a vertical deviation right here is telling us we're coming in way too high according to what we have programmed in here. Okay,
2,500.
there you go. We're coming in way too high. Now we're about to catch it, kind of. Okay, that's much better. Let's rearm those speed brakes there. Good. Gonna leave this on for the time being. Good. There we go. Let's get all our lights on as well, shall we? There we go. Okay, now we're turning in and we're descending. We can switch our VOR on, and that will show us the direction. There we go. We're looking good. Yep, look at that. There's the runway and the VOR. Sorry, I'll go to nav here and turn on VOR. Look at that, it will tell us the direction there as well. 1600 feet. Let's turn on approach, and it will tell us we're already on the final approach right here. So yeah, this one is a rushed VOR DME approach pretty much. Let's put our flaps down. Okay, we can put our landing gear down to help us slow down. There we go. Put our flaps down further. We can see the runway already, and you can see that we're going off to the right of it because we are flying directly towards the VOR, which is situated right here. Okay, there we go. Flaps down, flaps full. There we go. We're descending towards the runway. We can monitor our position obviously based on your distance at 4 nautical miles. You're supposed to be at 1330, and we've checked that off. There we go. We're looking good on our descent. Now at 3 nautical miles we should be at 1010 feet. 1010 feet. There we go. We've checked that off. We are looking good on all accounts.
1,000.
1,000. Somewhere around 2 nautical miles. That is the DME right here, right?
100 above.
So around 2 nautical miles, we are going to be at our minimum.
Minimum.
Okay, there we go. Let me close this up now. Okay, I'm going to take manual control now, alright? So, there you go, my aircraft. And I can land this in manually now. Coming in too high, that's okay. We got plenty of runway room here, hopefully. Okay.
Retard. 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 Retard.
Little floaty there, but we're down. And there we go. So what happened there was, unfortunately, my thrust lever was out of position, but it's okay. So we are good. There we go. So, just like that, we have managed to land into Princess Juliana. Now, obviously, my landing wasn't the best in the world there. However, that is a very, very rough overview of how you can perform a VOR DME in the most rushed, basic manner that I can possibly think of in the flight sim right there. So, if you're wondering how to quickly perform one, that's literally all you have to do to get yourself in using a VOR DME approach. Okay. Now, towards the end, I had my thrust lever in the wrong position. And that was a little bit of an issue, but that's okay. Yep, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, there you go. It's that simple. Now, I will be doing a more detailed tutorial on it, with a more slow and deliberate approach that involves an arrival procedure as well, so we have more time to prepare. So this one is just a quick, rough guide on how that can be done. There you go. All right, hope you found that tiny little walkthrough, a quick one, useful. You can basically use that technique to land using a VOR DME approach into any airport. Pretty easy, pretty simple. The basics have been covered, but yeah, I will redo this video in a more detailed manner that will show us a lengthier approach and arrival. But for today, that's it. Hope you guys found that useful, and you can use that to get started with VOR DME approaches in a very quick manner without having to go through too much detail as a flight simmer. So there you go. Consider liking, subscribing to the channel, and I shall catch you in the next video. Until then, have a good day, and bye-bye.